Porsche has a Tesla fighter in the long-awaited Taycan. It's finally here. Yes, it is an all-electric sedan, and we'll tell you everything we know about it. Now, similar visual cues to the Mission E. That was a Porsche concept put out in 2017. The Taycan has a similarly windswept appearance. Now, you get around back and there's some conjoining elements between the taillights. There's big bulging fenders. That's kind of a similar look to what you get on the Porsche Panamera. That's Porsche's big four-door hatchback. Up front, though, not a lot of similarities between this and the rest of Porsche's lineup. There's big air inlets that kind of snake down from those headlights. The headlights themselves are kind of smaller, more rectangular looking than Porsche's normal headlights, which kind of go up more over the front fenders. This is a breath of fresh air if you really think that all of Porsche's cars are starting to look a little too similar. The charging door opens with a wave of your hand. It actually motors open. That's kind of a cool little feature. Once you charge up the Taycan, Porsche says in WLTP test cycles, the trim levels, which are 4S, Turbo, and Turbo S, have ranges from 256 to about 288 miles. That said, we've seen dramatic differences between EPA ranges and WLTP test cycle ranges, and so stay tuned for what the final numbers are there. In terms of performance, the Taycan will employ a 79 to 93 kilowatt hour battery pack that drives two motors, one at each axle for a dual motor all-wheel drive. Now, total output ranges from 522 horsepower all the way up to 670 horsepower, depending if you get a 4S, a Turbo, or a Turbo S. Porsche says 0 to 60 ranges from 3.8 seconds at the slowest, that's for the 4S, all the way down to 2.6 seconds, which is blindingly quick if you get the Turbo S. Now you get inside the Taycan, there's a lot of screens going on. There's a 10.9-inch touchscreen with an optional passenger display. They kind of combine to form an integrated glass band into a black panel look. Below that is an 8.4-inch touch panel with haptic controls that kind of functions your climate settings among other vehicle functions. And finally, there's a curved 16.8-inch screen for the instrument cluster that can be configured in 4 different ways. So a lot of technology there. We haven't been too excited about multi-touchscreen units in a lot of different cars, from Audi to various other brands. We'll see how this works in actual practice. Now, price ranges vary a lot. The Taycan 4S starts a little over $100,000. Prices can quickly escalate to close to $200,000 once you get all the way up to a Turbo S. The Turbo and the Turbo S, those hit dealers in late 2019. The 4S, that's the least expensive one, that'll come in early 2020. The good news, Porsche is still pretty far away from hitting its limit in terms of sales for the federal tax credit, so you should be able to knock $7,500 off all of those once they hit dealers.